They were the picture of Hollywood perfection. He, a comedic superstar with a wicked sense of humor. She, a fashion icon adored by millions. Yet in a lightning bolt of scandal, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively stand accused of playing a dangerous power game that could shatter their pristine image. What began as a quiet dispute on a film set spiraled into a full-blown legal war, with shocking allegations surfacing in leaked emails, text messages, and insider tips. Was this simply a clash of egos gone wrong, or a sinister glimpse into Hollywood's darker underbelly? As we dive into this high-stakes drama, prepare to question everything you thought you knew about Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, and the price of power in Tinseltown. From secret recordings to forced PR statements, every bombshell raises the tension. If you've ever wondered how far the biggest stars might go to maintain control, buckle up, because the truth may be darker than any script they've ever performed.
The time progressed in this film, she decided that she wanted to be a producer. She started to make edits. She wanted to be part of the editing team. There were people hired, like human beings actually hired to do the editing job, who had done work as editors. She wanted to be.
In a world where most legal battles remain locked away by NDAs, the lawsuit pitting Justin Baldoni's Wayfarer Studios against Reynolds and Lively broke every rule. Rather than hiding documents behind courtroom doors, Baldoni's team released a trove of texts, emails, and legal filings on a public website. Fans devoured every line, stunned at how brazenly the alleged victims were willing to air Hollywood's dirty laundry. It all began when Baldoni insisted Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively tried to manipulate the production of their film, pushing for script changes, orchestrating schedules, and demanding personal comforts. Lively's alleged overspending on wardrobe set tongues wagging. But the bigger bombshell was an apparent attempt to pin all the bad press on Baldoni. This shift from typical PR spin to radical transparency instantly kicked off a firestorm on social media, prompting thousands of armchair detectives to
stop talking about my wife's weight. What is your problem, Ryan?
Most fans know Ryan Reynolds as the affable prankster who dazzles talk shows with endless wit. Behind the scenes, however, leaked exchanges paint a different portrait. Text messages reportedly show him frantically pressuring Baldoni to alter filming schedules so Blake wouldn't be away from him for too long. There's even mention of tattooing a line producer's face on a private area if they managed to shift production by 2 weeks. An offbeat joke, but also a glimpse of potential desperation. Worse still are rumors he labeled Baldoni a predator to top Hollywood executives, allegedly hoping to destroy the director's standing at a leading talent agency. If true, it hints at a calculated campaign against anyone perceived as a threat to Reynolds' marriage or status. For some, this cuts against the lovable persona he's built for years, revealing a man potentially willing to exert intense influence behind the scenes. Blake Lively's reputation for grace and charm has earned her a legion of devoted fans. Yet in this saga, she's accused of more than just lavish costume choices. Court documents suggest she and Reynolds drafted a statement demanding Baldoni shoulder all the blame for on-set tensions. The proposed script implied Baldoni's mistakes had tarnished Blake's name, a move that would have left him publicly apologizing for problems he says never began with him. She's also portrayed as pushing to keep Baldoni away from the movie's premieres and casting events, allegedly threatening a mass walkout by co-stars if he dared show up. Was she acting on her own or merely following her husband's lead? Skeptics see a Hollywood power couple unafraid to use money and influence to skew public perception, crushing anyone who stands in their way. For years, fans laughed at Ryan Reynolds' comedic promos involving a dog character that might replace him if he wasn't careful. Viewed now, those jokes seem tinged with genuine anxiety. Coupled with ominous references to Blake searching for a new papa, it's hard not to wonder if those goofy videos masked an undercurrent of jealousy. Did those tongue-in-cheek sketches foreshadow the real drama unfolding off camera? More unsettling are the glimpses of Reynolds poking fun at potential replacement dads during a promotion for a domestic violence-themed movie. When you stack these jokes against insider accounts of him obsessing over every moment Lively spent with Baldoni, it's almost impossible not to interpret them as subtle cries of insecurity.
Harassment thing is just not making any sense. After working for this film for almost 2 years, together collaborating, text messages, voice memos, getting along, joking, we never had an issue before the break. And then after the break, suddenly there's this weird thing going on with all these demands. I met him at their place and Ryan blows up on me, and then Taylor's looking at me like I'm some criminal.
Yep. Behind every major Hollywood scandal lies a flurry of PR battles, and this one is no exception. On one side, Reynolds and Lively have the might of a seasoned publicity firm known for ruthless strategies. On the other, Baldoni hired crisis managers who claimed the couple's campaign was an all-out smear. Suddenly, an avalanche of contradictory stories flooded tabloids, fueling fan confusion and rampant conspiracy theories. The biggest question looming over it all: who leaked what, and how did certain media outlets get their hands on out-of-context messages before the lawsuit even went public? Metadata buried in the files suggests that some stories were written or edited days, sometimes weeks, before official complaints reached the courts. If Baldoni's team is correct, a well-orchestrated media blitz was underway, orchestrated by the most powerful names in the industry. The biggest ticking time bomb is the possibility of undisclosed recordings. New Jersey, where much of the production took place, only needs one party's consent to record. Industry watchers are buzzing with speculation that cast, crew, or producers might have taped confrontations. If these recordings exist, and if they confirm blatant intimidation, it would be all but impossible for Reynolds and Lively to refute. Fans can't help but picture a scenario where unfiltered audio emerges, revealing heated confrontations or explicit threats. One undeniable clip could shift public opinion overnight, rendering all PR spin useless. At the center of this conflict is a maze of high-stakes PR firms, each taking drastic measures to protect its own interests. Some insiders claim that certain executives, fearing competition or betrayal, forced employees to hand over personal devices, scouring them for anything that could be leveraged in future battles. Stories of urgent staff meetings and security blocking office doors sound more like spy novels than everyday Hollywood. And then there's WME, the mega agency rumored to have crumbled under pressure from Reynolds or his PR teams to drop Baldoni. If that happened, it would serve as a textbook example of how raw star power can crush lesser-known players. It's no wonder so many cast members unfollowed Baldoni overnight. Who wants to risk crossing Hollywood's golden duo? With court dates looming and depositions on the horizon, the stakes couldn't be higher. Reynolds and Lively have yet to publicly comment on the avalanche of accusations. Baldoni maintains he's the unwitting victim of a hostile takeover aimed at his film and reputation. One simple leaked recording or even a single damning text could tip the scale irrevocably. Where does that leave us? The public is left watching a swirl of conflicting narratives. Fans once convinced of Reynolds' lovable persona now question if his charm was a mask. Admirers of Blake Lively's elegance wonder if she wields more behind-the-scenes power than they ever guessed. And everyone is waiting to see if one party has the knockout evidence that could burn the entire fairy tale to ashes. Will the next reveal expose the couple's alleged manipulation, or prove Baldoni was never the innocent figure he claims to be? The final act has yet to be written, but the tension is at a fever pitch. In a town where illusions rule, perhaps the biggest shock is discovering just how far superstars might go to safeguard their pristine images. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden mechanics of Hollywood's most explosive controversies. Because if one thing's certain, it's that in this lawsuit, the next plot twist could outdo every headline we've seen so far.